Always assume you're under observation. Try not to retrace your steps or use the same entrance you came in. In this building, and in many others, there is a way out you've probably never considered. But in an emergency, it could save your life.
Great, this is exactly what we're looking for. Now, keep in mind, without power, the elevator is going to be a lot tougher to open on this side than on the other side. But normally there's some kind of catch. They're designed so that if there's an emergency, people can escape them. Let's give it a go.
I'm leaving the outskirts and moving towards the city center with one main goal: finding a place that could become my new base. But before I go, here's a great way to leave a building: through the elevator shaft. In an emergency, this trick could get you out without being spotted.
These elevator shafts, they're one of the strongest constructed elements in a building. This is what you're going to use to get down. This makes a very stealthy way in or out of a building. Let's do this.
This looks crazy, but the technique to get down is easier than you think. There's a gap of about a foot. Just reach out with both hands and commit.
Make sure your feet are pressing tight against the cable as well. This will give your arms a break.
To give you an idea of how strong the cables are, a typical freight elevator like this one carries about 8,000 pounds. Each of these 4 cables can hold that load alone. I'm moving towards downtown. That should give us the best chance to find a more secure base. But since this city has a residential district along the way, I want to check it out. As disaster unfolds, residential neighborhoods like this could become conflict areas. Many people's natural instinct is to leave, take as many of their belongings as they can, and head for the roads. It's called the flight response. Looters then fill the vacuum. But a place like this could still offer rich pickings. Look out for houses with windows or doors intact, or even better, still locked.
I know it's totally counterintuitive that we're going to break this door in, but this is not somebody's home anymore. This is your survival. This is your way to your next mission. There's some good tools, resources, maybe food that we could use in here. When you're making an entry, it's about speed, surprise, violence of action. You need to be ready for anything, and I mean anything, that's on the other side of this door. Let's do this. You see this? Forced entry. I don't know if that was a month ago, a week ago. It could have been 5 minutes ago. So you got to think about things like that. You got to be looking for signs, signs of movement, signs of people. People could be our friend, they could also be our enemy. If things fall apart and civilization is in pieces, you can only rely on one person first, and that's you.
Basements are a great place to scavenge because that's where many families store their emergency supplies.
It smells damp in here. See all kinds of water damage, wood's rotten. Here we go. This is freaking treasure. This is sustainability. We used to say chow is continuous. It's good.
Cans of food aren't indestructible. Seals can break, air can get inside, introducing bacteria and diseases like botulism.
Oh, listen to this. You hear that? Rotten. Obviously, air has gotten in there, and this is a no-go. All right, let's throw this good stuff in our rucksack. Let's check out the garage. You look around here, this could easily be your uncle's garage. But when society breaks down, this is exactly what could happen. A garage that used to be filled with tools, filled with equipment, they're still here. Don't let all this junk take you away from that fact. Let's go find some. Oh, this is a real good piece of gear. Bicycle pump. Sterno. This can be fuel. This could be fire starting material. This has a lot of different uses. Seal's good. It's busted up, but we still got some good stuff inside of there. So this is going with us for sure.
So far, I found some food and equipment, but there's another need just as vital. Information. In a world with no power, internet, or cell phones, information could come from a place you'd never expect. And that's where I'm heading now.
Shh. Library. Libraries are full of information. Anything from mechanical and electronic to pharmaceutical first aid. And of course, maps. Maps of the city and the surrounding area are going to help you find more resources, find more supplies. Now, before the apocalypse, you probably did not have a library card. But after the apocalypse, this place, it'll be your best friend.
You'd expect that libraries would be an immediate target. But in New Orleans, one of the few resources not to be attacked during the crisis was the city library service. Not one of the libraries across the district reported being looted. After Katrina, with internet and cell phones down, libraries became a life-saving service, providing information that couldn't be got anywhere else. To use them, think back to grade school when you probably learned the Dewey Decimal System.
912, Mike 32.
That's how books are cataloged, placed in a specific repeatable order that makes them easy to find. The first set of numbers refers to the category. Geography and mapping is in the 900s.
This is what we're looking for. After there's a global disaster, how you think about movement, how you think about getting around from point A to point B completely changes. You start considering stealth, sneaky, surreptitious. This is a sewer map. And this could save your life.